So I did this single-handed man overboard self-rescue drill this summer, and demonstrating how to use these nylon ladders as a potential way to climb back aboard in a single-handed self-rescue scenario. Basically, there was two takeaways from this that people asked and that I learned. One was, is there a way to stop the boat? Yes or no, from a position over the side. The second question was, Steve, is there an easier way to climb aboard? Like this took a lot of strength, it took a lot of effort. So this video, I'm going to show you a way to climb back aboard from in the water using mechanical advantage and climbing devices. That's what this video is. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this is part 4, single-handed man overboard, and how do you get back into the boat in a controlled fashion that doesn't take a lot of strength if you're being dragged. And so one of the ideas here that I've come up with, and I've got this is my main halyard, but let's just presume this is the line that I'm tying in with on the boat, and I'm being dragged. Now granted, this is just a demonstration here. I want to actually try this by dragging in the water and and actually do it for real in real time. But I just want to demonstrate the possibility here. And another viewer mentioned this in the comments. They said they used a dinghy davit to achieve the same result. This is probably more simple, and it probably is gear that we all have on hand, at least if we're single-handers and we've ever tried to climb the mast. So the gear we need is a gree-gree, which can be bought at any rock climbing gym or a mountain equipment co-op, mountain equipment store. It's made for belaying, so they're made to take shock loads. That's the first piece, the first device. Then we need 2 rock climbing mechanical clamps called Jumars or Ascenders. So I got one, and I've got a second one. So I'm going to show you how to rig these in a fashion that will allow the person in the water to climb back out of the boat with any freeboard, rest at any time, and have a hands-free rest while climbing out of the water. So I'm going to show you, and then we can talk about the pros and the cons. So one of the cons is, well, you're going to have to carry this stuff around with you in the event. I think what would likely happen is you'd treat it like a mountaineer would traveling on glacier terrain. You know what, if you're just hiking down a trail, you don't have the gear. But the minute you get into a risky environment where it's possible to go into a crevasse or it's possible to go over the side in crappy conditions when you're single-handing, then you take these steps. So the first step is you basically, you're going to have your gree-gree attached. My idea is you have the gree-gree attached already, and this is going to be your, you can go forward. This is, it's fully adjustable. You're going to want to have a backup knot. These aren't really hands-free, so you have a backup knot in the event. But you're going to be walking around on the deck. This is going to effectively be, your tether. That being said, I'd still clip short, to my jack lines and whatnot, but this one will be, always attached. Or you could just use a 10-foot rope like this and eliminate, the other tethers. That's doable too. So for the sake of this is effectively my tether on the boat. So let's just say for a minute, okay, bang, bear with me here. So this is a conceptual demonstration here. So bang, I'm over the side, I'm being dragged. I'm being dragged, by the boat. And okay, I'm being dragged by the gree-gree. I've got to get back, to the boat. I've got to get back up. And so I'm gonna have, I've got my gear on my harness. And so you're gonna flip onto your back so you can breathe. And then this is the first one, that you're gonna hook on. And this would be on a tether so you don't drop it in the ocean, but for the sake of the demonstration, then you bring this up, you clip that in, you get your second one, and I haven't got these made, to measure, but basically this hooks onto here, and that's what's going to provide me my mechanical advantage. And so here, keeping in mind, I'm being dragged alongside or behind the boat. I got to get my foot in the strap, and then I'm going to start working it. Okay, so every move I make, I'm totally hands-free. This is taking the load. So I can rest, I can relax. Even with 6 feet of freeboard on a big boat, I can get out of the water back onto the boat with this without help. And so I'll just continue here to show you. So there, up, and then when I get to about there, then I raise the top one. Same thing, 6 inches at a time, and move the bottom one. I can rest, I can relax at any time. This is so simple. I'll do a few more moves for you so you can just see how simple this is. Bang, up, and then slide the bottom one. This is, you can see here, if I can go basically climb the mast like this, then surely to God, I can get out of the water on the boat. So I think that could be a game changer. This could save lives, literally here. And you saw how fast that was to rig. Granted, when you're over the side in the water, you're going to have to rehearse this, and you're going to have to rehearse it in the dark. Do it with your eyes shut. Getting bashed around, but get it stress tested, and under load. So these can be released under load. The gree-gree. So single-handed, man overboard, over the side, in the water. This is a way to climb back aboard that uses mechanical advantage. Basically doing it 6 inches at a time. If you got a boat, I could climb the mast like this. Climbing up a boat, even with 6 feet of freeboard, or my boat's only 3 or so, maybe 4 at the most. You could get back aboard any boat with this. Key is we're already into the gree-gree. We're walking around the boat. This is our tether. We go over the side. This is I'll just do it again here, and we can just see without the dialogue, just how quickly, I can do this. So let's say bang, I'm being dragged, get my first one, flip onto my back so I can breathe, get my first one, First one's on. Clip. Got my second one. Bang, it's on. Okay, I know I gotta be in the second stirrup. Okay, now I'm in the second stirrup. And now I'm climbing back. I'm climbing my way back into the boat. So depending where I am, if it's a short fall and I'm literally right at the gunwale, or the gunwale is a couple of feet above my hands, I could be back up on deck in 60 seconds. And I'm sitting here having a conversation right now in a notional self-rescue situation. So even if the worst case happens and you're 20 feet back behind the boat being dragged, flip over on your back so you can breathe and then carry on. Now, so the other thing, I'm wearing a climbing harness. I think that we got to start doing that for single handing, because the offshore harnesses don't have a provision for this. They won't. I mean, I've got a little strap, but it won't work. There's not enough to do a self-rescue. If you don't have a crotch strap on your offshore harness, this will not work. So you need to have seat harness. I'd be wearing, so add a vest to this, or a life jacket, or an inflatable vest to this. Going to be a game changer. But I think we got to start wearing our climbing harness so that we can self-rescue ourselves. And it may be that it's only a case when the wind's above 10 knots or 15 knots or something, but for single-handers, if there's a chance of going over the side and you want to self-rescue yourself, this is the guarantee. I think unless you're unconscious or you got a broken arm or a broken leg, you'll be able to save yourself. So, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe for more. I will make a part 5 where I want to try this for real, and be in the water, have my ladders set. I want to do some demonstrations of this in real life. So stay tuned for that. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.